Gaming isn't dead, you just forgot how to play. The Game Awards 2025 nominees are here: Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And depending on who you ask, gaming is either thriving or completely dead. The usual comments showed up: gaming has gone political, everything is woke, the industry lost its soul. But here's the truth: gaming isn't dead, you're just looking at the wrong games. Give me 10 minutes and I'll convince you to love gaming again. Hey! Welcome to my channel, everyone. I'm the Global Cherry, and today we're pulling you out of burnout and showing you the part of gaming that's still alive, creative, and absolutely thriving. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe when it's over. Let's jump in. So, why do so many people feel gaming fatigue? First, many players have been playing the same kinds of games for years. When you repeat the same open world, shooters, and RPGs, everything starts to feel predictable. You notice flaws you never noticed when you were younger, and nostalgia cannot recreate the feeling of discovering new. Your Minecraft house will not hit the same after a decade. Second, people place too much trust in companies instead of their own tastes. Certain indie games stand out because you can sense the passion behind them. Some big studios still make great titles, but others have become so focused on monetization that the experience feels secondary. We all had that moment where a game slaps you with a store page instead of a story. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty. There is also the issue of too much choice. Scrolling through Steam or Game Pass gives you endless options but no direction. When everything is available, it becomes harder to enjoy anything. On top of that, games are hyped and discussed for years before release, inciting marketing fatigue amongst consumers. Delays, trailers, drama, and constant commentary create exhaustion long before players ever touch the game. We also consume more negative reviews and outrage than actual games, and that negativity shapes our perception even when good releases are within reach. So when someone says gaming is not fun anymore, it is usually not every game. It is a few disappointing ones mixed with burnout and noise. That is like eating at the same restaurant every day and blaming food itself. It is not the food. You just need to try somewhere new. Just because companies are not your friends doesn't mean you can't be your own. Gaming is not dead. What is fading is the excitement that comes from playing the right game at the right time, and you will get that spark back. So, how do you fall in love with gaming again? Well, the first step is to go touch grass. I'm kidding. What loser goes outside? It starts with remembering why you loved it in the first place. When I was a kid, gaming was one of the few places where I felt completely free. I grew up quiet and enclosed, but games gave me adventures I could not find anywhere else. From Leapfrog to Wii Sports to Temple Run and Prince of Persia on my phone, to consoles, PC, and even VR, every stage of my life had a different game waiting to become a memory. And maybe you had moments too. Think back. When was the last time a game genuinely moved you? Not the last game you bought, but the last time a soundtrack hit you in the chest, or a story made you pause, or a moment made you whisper, "I cannot believe a game just did that." That spark is still there. You just have to look for it again. Sometimes the spark comes from trying something new. Let me be honest with you. I've not seen a trailer for Expedition 33 at all, but playing that game reminded me that modern gaming is still alive. Its story and turn-based combat surprised me in the best way. I still listen to Simon's boss fight theme "We Lost" while running on the treadmill. It makes me feel encouraged and defeated at the same time to lose calories, and I love it. Final Fantasy VII and Metro Exodus opened my eyes in a similar way, and Hogwarts Legacy had endless discourse around it, but I gave it a chance anyways as a Potterhead, and the magic I felt exploring that world was worth every dollar. I didn't care if my friends thought I was cooked for getting that game at a few dollars off, because when you truly love a game, the cost stops mattering, and sometimes the spark comes from sharing games with the people you care about. I played Spectral Scream and Dying Light 1 and 2 with my friends. I played Until Dawn Rush of Blood on my birthday and watched my friends scream inside the headset. I even tried to join a Rainbow Six Siege server to meet new friends like McNasty or The Dew, but I got a lot of colorful language instead.
What side of the house is your fuse box on, man?
And I played Split Fiction with my dad, and for the first time in a long time, gaming became something I shared instead of something I escaped into. We laughed, we struggled, we survived, and that alone brought me a joy I did not expect. Moments like that remind you that games are not just entertainment. They are memories waiting to happen. Sometimes the spark comes from revisiting the games that shaped you. Old games are not going anywhere. There are people who prefer the old Kratos now calling the current Kratos a soy boy. But God of War 4 and Ragnarok meant a lot to me because of the growth and bond between Kratos and Atreus. I still treasure the Assassin's Creed series, old and new. Mirage reminded me of Assassin's Creed's roots that I treasured, and recently playing the Valley of Memory DLC made me love it more, filling in the gaps. Insomniac's Spider-Man reminded me why Peter Parker has always been my favorite hero. This version of Peter felt so human to me because he sacrificed so much, yet finally allowing himself to choose his own life. And of course, there are games like Red Dead Redemption 2. It was one of the most alive worlds I've ever experienced. Yes, tying NPCs to the railway was fun, but it was Arthur Morgan's journey that truly stayed with me. Watching him change, struggle, regret, and try to redeem himself made me feel more than I expected from a game. Detroit Becomes Human, Telltale's Walking Dead, the Resident Evil series, and Ghost of Tsushima reminded me that emotion still exists in gaming. Season 1's ending of the Telltale series made me cry. Sometimes the spark comes from stepping away from the noise. One trailer is enough. You do not need every breakdown, outrage video, or comment section telling you what to think. Isn't it exhausting when negativity surrounds every game before it even comes out? Ghost of Yote was a great example. Beautiful game, fun gameplay, polished experience, but it got buried under arguments about the studio and the voice actress. Sometimes you need to silence the noise and just enjoy the game in front of you. After all, why would you let a streamer tell you how to play your own game? And sometimes the spark comes from passion. Kingdom Come Deliverance was rejected by publishers, yet it sold millions because someone believed in the vision. Sandfall Interactive, the team behind Expedition 33, left Ubisoft because they wanted the freedom to create something meaningful, and they did. These stories prove that passion still wins. Passion still exists in this industry, and you can feel it if you give yourself a chance. Set your heart ablaze. So, what does the future hold for gaming? It's simple. Gaming will thrive wherever passion thrives, whether it is AAA or indie. If a game can even reach one person deeply, it has already succeeded. I make all kinds of content now, but if it were not for games, you and I would not have met or would be having this conversation right now. Before I started YouTube, I watched Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Gaming Lemon.
Luke! You saved me! I didn't want to be saved!
And Ember. And do you know why they motivated me? Because they had fun with their games with no expectations, and they showed other people that, and I share the same sentiment, and I want that for you. So, I challenge you, try a game in a genre you do not usually play, revisit an old favorite, follow your gut instead of the discourse. Because gaming is not dead, you just stopped looking in the places where it still lives. And if you give yourself the chance, you will find your joy again too. If you always play online shooters, try a story-driven RPG for once. And yes, games are expensive now, I get it. Which is why we jump when an opportunity for a sale arises. That does not mean your passion needs to die, and if modern games and old games do not excite you, pick a new hobby. Or even better, make a game yourself. If many studios have truly lost their spark, then maybe you will be the one who brings it back. The world is your oyster, and gaming only needs one person with heart to keep it alive. For those that played Expedition 33, what did you learn? When one falls, we continue. Not how, not why, when. So the question to you is, what will you do? Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you see gaming in a different light, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the gaming industry, and tell me one game that has made a huge impact on you in the last decade or more. I would love to hear your stories. You changed my life. I want you to find joy in yours. I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.